Hey, what's up everybody? Tobin here, 5M Family Homestead channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. So today we're going to talk about our waterers and our watering systems that we use for our animals here on the homestead. So we often get questions on our channel when people see our waterers and our watering systems and want to know how we make them and more detail on them. So it's been a long time since we made a video on them. So I just figured it'd be a great time to show them to you and to show you how we make them. So for us, on our small property here on our homestead, automation and hands-off with our animals is very important to us. We have a very busy life, and the less time we have to spend watering and feeding our animals, the better. So we like automatic waterers, automatic feeders, things like that. So there's nothing wrong with the feeders like you buy at the feed store or Tractor Supply. Nothing wrong with those at all. But you just can't get them very big, so which means you have to fill them up more often. So take for instance this one over here that we have for our meat chickens. That's one we bought at Tractor Supply. Works fine, but we have to fill that up pretty often. So having a bigger one is more of an advantage and less time having to fill waterers up. So I've got the parts. I'm going to make a bigger waterer for them, but first let me show you one that we've used here for about 5 or 6 years now and had great results with it. And the one we build today is going to be very similar to this. So this water right here, I'm not sure how many gallons that is, but we got it at Tractor Supply, the container. This is, I believe, a 4-inch pipe, and it has 2 chicken nipples on this side, and it actually bends and goes through. This is our silky pin right here, and it goes through so that the silkies can access it because they have their own pin here. And then these two on this side are for our laying hens so they can access it from the outside. So again, I'm gonna build one for our meat chickens. I don't have a container quite that size, but I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do it. We also utilize basically the same thing for our feeder pigs. We have a large trash can there. It is black, but it's shaded. It's shaded all day so it doesn't get hot. And we have the pipe goes along, it's zip tied here, and then we have the nipple right here. And the reason I really like this setup for pigs, sometimes you'll see a lot of people take a plastic 55-gallon drum and they'll put that nipple straight on that drum, and then they'll place the entire drum inside the pen. And what I've experienced with that is those pigs they'll scratch themselves on that nipple and they'll bust that nipple loose out of that drum, and then the entire drum's wasted, because once you pull the threads out of it, you can't re-thread it back in there because they're ripped out and you basically can't use it again. I've had that happen. So this setup for me works great. I've never had them break that nipple off, but were they to break it off, it would break off out of that pipe, and I would just get another 90 there and the threaded 90 for that to go into it and replace it, and it'd be much cheaper and simpler than replacing the entire barrel or a drum. All right guys, let's run it in here in the shop. Let's put one of these together real quick. I'll show you how easy it is. All right y'all, in the shop, and show y'all what you need to get started. You're gonna need a container to hold that's gonna hold the water. My camera will focus here. So this is a 5-gallon bucket. That's the smallest I'd recommend. I will probably upgrade this to something bigger eventually, but that's gonna work for now. Chicken nipples, that's really what they're called. And you can get those at Tractor Supply or on Amazon. This is a water bulkhead. Again, Tractor Supply, Amazon. I have not ever found these at any kind of Home Depot or Lowe's, only at Tractor Supply. This is what's gonna go through the container and allow you to hook your pipe up to it. So, and then this threads into here. This pipe threads into there, and cap goes on it, and let's see. Oh, then chicken nipples go in this. So I don't have a hole saw the right size to cut this out right, so I'm going to mark it up with this Sharpie here, and I'm going to cut it out with a knife. These 5-gallon buckets are pretty easy to cut through. So guys, if y'all were doing this for like your pig water, the concept would be the same. This would go through the container, and then you would get a piece of pipe and run it, and then put your pig nipple on that. So a trick on these chicken nipples, they have to be completely upside, like face like this. They will not work if they're like this. See this little piece right here, there's a bearing inside there, and when that's up, that piece of metal pushes that bearing down and causes it not to leak. When you turn it sideways, see how it comes out there? That is not pushing against that bearing, and it will just drip water out non-stop, and it will not work that way. So they have to be in this position for them to work. Alright guys, full disclosure, I just ruined a bucket because I wasn't paying attention. Good thing is we have tons of buckets. We own a taxidermy business, and we have a little shed here next to the shop, and there's, I mean, dozens and dozens of buckets in there. So I just went and grabbed another one. But let me show you what I did wrong. So when you drill your hole through the bucket, you gotta leave enough room so that when you stick this through the bucket, that this will thread on there. So I basically, when I stuck this through there, it was on the bottom of the bucket, and then there was no room for this washer to thread onto it. So as you can see now, there's enough room to thread this on there. One thing I forgot, channel locks, a big pair, so that you can tighten that nut on the inside of this to tighten it down. You got to tighten it enough that this little washer right here kind of bulges out so that it doesn't leak. Guys, I did a horrible job in the beginning telling y'all what all y'all need to get started. So hopefully you didn't already go to the store to get everything. Recently I haven't done a lot of how-to videos, so I'm kind of rusty on it. You're gonna need PVC pipe cleaner and glue to glue this into here, and then glue the cap on it. Alright y'all, let this glue dry for a little bit, probably not very long. We're not having pressure on it, so it's not gonna be a super big deal. But if you want to put a lid on it, put a lid on it. I may have one around here I can dig up. I don't know. I don't think the weight on this right here is going to cause any issues with it going down. If it does, we have no shortage of bricks and concrete blocks that I'll use to hold it up if I have to. And like I said, I intend to, when I go to Tractor Supply next time or Home Depot, if they're not too expensive, I'm going to buy a big, like the feed container like we have for our other chickens to put the water in. And all I'll have to do is just unscrew this bulkhead and take it out, cut a hole in the new container, and put it right back in there, and everything else will be working as normal. So guys, total on this, I'm just ballparking here. I don't have the receipts in front of me. Even if you had to buy the pipe, which I already had that, the nipples, this piece, this, the cap, and the bucket, if you had to buy all that, I'm guessing you'd be in at about $20, $25. Most people have a 5-gallon bucket laying around. So, and then if you know, obviously if you went with a bigger container, that would make the price go up more. You know that water that I showed you we have down in our meat chickens currently, we bought that at Tractor Supply recently, and I want to say we dropped like $19.99 for it, $24.99 maybe, something like that. So I'm not saying this is going to save you money. I'm saying this is going to be more, it's going to save you time. You're not going to have to water your animals as often. All right, y'all. This thing's had plenty of time to dry. I had to scrounge up a few concrete blocks, put it on. Like I said, that the pipe is going downhill just a hair, which is not a big problem. If I think it becomes too much, I'll prop something underneath it, but I think it's going to be fine. So you definitely have to get that up off the ground. You know, you could, concrete blocks are a good option, or you could, you know, pieces of wood, or build you a little stand for it or something like that, or I guess you could even hang it if you wanted to. Some people may ask why I don't put the chicken nipples on the bottom of the bucket. You can buy those at home or at Tractor Supply or other feed stores. The first time somebody takes that, and I know from experience, the first time a kid or somebody accidentally takes that bucket and sticks it on the ground and those chicken nipples get dirt in them, they'll never work the same again. You can take them apart. I've tried it, and that's why I don't do it that way. All right, y'all, it was pointing down a little bit and my OCD wouldn't let that happen, so I went and got a little piece of wood to stick under there. Again, I don't think it was affecting anything, but now it looks right. All right, y'all, hope this video helps y'all. You know, here on our homestead, we try to, you know, kind of walk the line between, you know, saving money and then doing something that's practical and time saving. And I think these waters like this kind of walk that line. It's, you know, it's not the cheapest way to go, but it definitely is time saving, less time having to fill up water buckets and things like that. So it works good for us. So hope y'all give it a try. I will try to, if I forget, y'all remind me, I'll try to put a link in the description to that bulkhead, because I think that's probably, people have asked about that more than anything. It's the piece that goes through the container to attach the pipe to. I'll try to put a link to that, but if you search water bulkhead at Tractor Supply or Amazon, it'll bring them up. They make different sizes of them. You just gotta match the size pipe you want to use. Hope this helps. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for the support. If you do like what you see, if this did help, please subscribe or follow. We would much appreciate it. Thank y'all so much, and we'll see you again.